Hi, this is Sheila. So I have been saying for weeks and months and years that nail biting is part of OCD. And every time I say it, somebody disagrees with me. So what happens? Kismet, I just did a video on YouTube about nail biting and how it is part of OCD and how it is self-mutilating and self-punishing. And Dr. Oz just did a show on nail biting the other day. Now, I don't watch Dr. Oz anymore, and I haven't watched him for years because I think that a lot of his subjects are outside his scope of his expertise, in my opinion. But I have said that nail biting is part of OCD. And finally, I'm watching the show. I was watching the YouTube video. They posted the show on YouTube, and he's talking to a girl or a woman that has a nail biting issue, and he finally says it's part of OCD. Now, of course, they had another therapist on that's talking about some cognitive process, and, I don't know. I kind of was tuning out because it's wrong. And I have helped nail biters, including myself, okay? I don't know if you can see actual, nails, okay? I have helped nail biting and nail biters within days. And the reason is because nail biting is part of OCD, but it goes deeper in a sense that the reason people bite their nails is because they're in their head. And they go in their head and they sit in their head and they look for something to punish themselves about that they did or didn't do or let somebody do or say to them, and now they take it out on themselves. And so they start to use their punishment skills, self-punishing, in the form of nail biting or picking on your nails, or some people pick on their skin. Okay, so the issue, which the part they missed on the show, is the nail biting is the cause and effect. It's not the cause, it's the effect. The cause is that you can go into your own head and think and sit there and think about things that happened that you want to punish yourself about. So I've always said this expression, there's more than one way to skin a cat. And that is no different when it comes to nail biting, because you can either stop the nail biting. Now, again, they talked about bitter nail polish, Band-Aids. I guess there was some other jalapeno peppers. I don't even know what the hell they were talking about, but it was wrong. The truth of the matter is you won't bite your nails if you can't get in your head to think about things to punish yourself about. Now, they haven't done the video yet. They haven't done the show yet where they talk about rumination. And rumination is actually going in your head and thinking about things to torture yourself with. All the mistakes you made, or daily mistakes or weekly mistakes. And if you can't get in your head, then you can't punish yourself. And once again, rumination is also OCD. Now, that is the cause. The nail biting is the effect. So what we need to do is lock your head. And that may sound really unrealistic for a lot of people because they're so used to sitting in their head or watching their thoughts jump around in their head or listening to their thoughts. And that's all OCD. Now, the reason that you're doing it, and if you keep track of it, you see that you do it more sometimes and less other times. And that's because when your serotonin is higher, you're going to do it less. And when your serotonin is lower, you're going to do it more because your OCD is going to be more severe. With that said, if you can't get in your head because your head is locked, now, you can get in your head if you need a phone number or you need to have information for factual reasons, of course. But you can't sit in your head to look for things to punish yourself with and to torture yourself about. And if you can't do that, then you don't want to punish yourself. And then you're going to stop biting your nails. And I've proven this for years. But it would take Dr. Oz's show to talk about the fact it was self-mutilating and self-punishing. So now that Dr. Oz said it, and Dr. Oz's therapist that he had there, which was pretty much his ideas were incorrect, now that he has said it, it's going to be the rave that this is how you do it. Because when he says anything, all of a sudden, everybody follows. But the part they still missed was the part about getting in your head. And that is low serotonin, and that's OCD. And maybe people won't believe me until Dr. Oz comes out and does a show about it. Now, that alone really, disturbs me. But any case, you can't fight City Hall. So he has spoken about it, and that is the truth. Now, you need to raise your serotonin so that your head is locked. And you need to do that my way. And that is with the vitamins and minerals and omega-3 and 6. It works in synergy, builds your own L-tryptophan, your own 5-HTP, your own serotonin, and your own melatonin. Now, recognize people who have OCD, that's their genetic predisposition. People who have anxiety or depression, that's their genetic predisposition. But it all works the same way. And, some people say, well, how could everything work the same way? Well, I have this example. Whether you have blue eyes, whether you have green eyes, whether you have hazel eyes or dark brown eyes, if you're nearsighted or farsighted, you all get glasses. It all works the same way. You may have different specifics, but basically you're either nearsighted or farsighted, or some people are both, but it all works the same way. It has to do with your eyesight, and it doesn't matter the color of your eyes. You still need glasses. So that's my explanation for those individuals who like to jump at me about how could depression and anxiety and OCD and anger all be resolved the same way. Because they're all the same cause and effect. They all are caused by low serotonin. Same way, nearsightedness, or let's say farsightedness as we get older, it's all caused because the muscle in our eye becomes looser. And therefore, it affects our eyesight and we can't see too well close up. So let's not make it more complicated than it is. Now, I'm going on YouTube. I've got 3 videos on YouTube, and I'll continue to put videos on YouTube, and maybe I'll have to come out with these outrageous ideas like there's no such thing as depression. Because the reality is, there really is no such thing as depression. There's no such thing as anxiety. There's no such thing as OCD. And there's no such thing as anger. It's all due to low serotonin. And why specifically? Because your brain is not getting the nutrients and the nourishment it needs. Therefore, it's just saying, screw you. You know what? I'll make you feel lousy. When you give it what it needs, it starts to heal itself. And again, I've proven this. But maybe we need to wait for a show from Dr. Oz to come out and talk about it. But see, here's the one problem with that. 2 years ago, I handed Dr. Oz into his hand when he was in West Palm Beach the information about my product and the information about my theory. But I guess I don't understand really why I never heard back from him or why I never heard from their producers. What, my theory wasn't good enough? My theory was pretty sound. I've helped thousands of people with my theory. So I gotta wonder why. Maybe it's the advertisers. Maybe it's the administration behind the show. Maybe it's show politics or TV politics. I don't know. But I do know is I put the information into his hand. I didn't send it to somebody where he could say he didn't get it. I didn't email it and say it didn't get there or wound up in the stratosphere. I myself put the information about exactly how mental health works, and I put the information into his hand. That's one of the reasons I stopped watching the show. Because, I really started to question the validity and somewhat the integrity and somewhat the underbelly or the true agenda or hidden agenda. Like, I don't know. But I want you to know, I put that information into his hand. And now, 3 years later, they're talking about nail biting as OCD. Well, that information is on my website. So, that sort of is interesting to me. Anyway, I like doing these. I only go on Facebook Live. And then if there are any questions, please contact me at naturallywellinc@gmail.com. My website is wellotonin.com. It's up on top right here. See, it's like, pinch it. You ever see that show with Saturday Night Live when they pinch things? And the information on my website is accurate. It's proven. I've helped thousands of people. I if I could get hold of Mark Cuban, he's a nail biter, and he says that's one of his biggest habits. I could stop that happening within days, because evidently he also has OCD. Anyway, that's it for me, and see ya. Bye.